Today, I am rating every single Season 1 skin in Marvel Rivals. I did a video a while ago when the game first came out, going through all of the costumes in Marvel Rivals, but now that we are in Season 2, I wanted to do an updated video for the skins that came out in Marvel Rivals Season 1. So we're gonna start with the first character that released, and that is going to be Mr. Fantastic. And I gotta say, he does look pretty fantastic. The thing that I appreciate is that they have a similar overall design, but each of them have their own little things about them that make them unique. Specifically, the way that the white and the blue kind of break apart. With Mr. Fantastic specifically, though, I think that the way that's broken up is pretty good. You have all the lines and whatnot. The one thing that I will never get behind is that I think the Thor looks a little too stretched out. Ironically, and I wish it was a little smaller and not as stretchy. I actually really like Reed with the beard. I was very 50-50 on if I liked him with the beard or if I didn't like him with the beard, but after seeing clean-shaven Mr. Fantastic, I think I prefer the beard. The skin itself is really good and unique and very futuristic for the futuristic setting of Marvel Rivals. I will give it an 8 out of 10. So the blue color for Mr. Fantastic, I actually like leagues better. I think that's a common theme with all of the Fantastic Four members. I am going to like all of the blue ones just a lot more. I think with this one, the 4 looks a little bit better, but it's still just too stretched out in my opinion. I'm gonna give it 1 point higher. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. The Maker. So this is going to be probably an unpopular opinion, but I do not like the way that the Maker looks. I know that this is evil Reed Richards in like an alternate universe, but I just don't really like the way that this outfit looks. The helmet just looks really silly. The costume itself doesn't really showcase what the stretchy powers are about. Like, you know what I mean? And it's a nice costume overall, but I just am not a fan of it. So this one, I am going to give a 6 out of 10. And it really is just personal preference because the suit itself overall looks nice. It's just really not my cup of tea. The Fantastic Life, fancy schmancy Reed Richards, and I don't like clean-shaven Reed Richards. I just don't. It doesn't look as good in my opinion. I like him with the beard, if not just a little bit of scruff. I really like the blue color scheme with him, obviously because of the Fantastic Four, and I think that the white and gold accents really help with it as well. He looks fresh. It's just not a skin that I would use, but it's cool that it's here. I would give this a 7 out of 10. So up next, we have the Invisible Woman, and this is the wrong skin, so I'm gonna go to this one first. Again, just like with Reed, I'm gonna try not to repeat myself, but I appreciate that the design of it is still in line with the team uniform, but there are elements in here that make it unique to Sue. Again, the 4 is a bit too stretched out. I don't know if that's just the way that the suit is designed. It just looks really large and, like I said, just stretched out. She has some like armor-ish gauntlets on her shoulders. It looks, again, very techno-y for the future. Basically, it's the same thoughts as Mr. Fantastic skin. This one I'm going to give an 8 out of 10 as well. I like it. I don't love it. Once again, I appreciate the blue recolor a lot more. I think it looks way better. And I actually like the 4 here. I think it looks better. So with this one, once again, I'm going to give it a point higher. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 because I really just like the blue and black color scheme. I think it just fits way better and it looks way better. Blood Shield is the Season 1, the first part of the season, competitive reward. I'm glad that I got this. You know me and my reds. The red and the black look really good. And I also love the change in the hair color where it's white up top, but then it has red on the bottom. Like, I wish the logo on the back wasn't there. If it was just a standard recolor, it'd be fine. But so this one, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. It would be a 10 out of 10 if the logo on the back was not there. So this skin reminds me that Sue is taken. So it gets a 1 out of 10. I'm just kidding. This skin is fine. I appreciate that she's in a wedding dress. It's not like a wedding dress. It's more like a wedding outfit, but it looks decent overall. And just overall, it just has a really nice sparkly appearance to it. And it's, You know, okay, let's be real, guys. Like, I do this thing where I'm rating super suits. Wedding dresses are not my forte. I'm sure that if I showed Amanda this, she would have some different opinions, but I think that it looks great. You know, I don't not like it, but it's, again, one of those outfits that if I played Sue, I just don't know if I would use this personally. So this one, I'm going to give a 7 out of 10. So this is when most people discovered what kind of game Marvel Rivals was gonna be. Yeah, so the Malice skin looks pretty good. It certainly does something for a lot of people. All of the leather and the crazy ex-girlfriend look in her eyes, and then the spikes on the shoulders, and the tail coats on the scarf, and then the thigh straps, and the... Yeah, she's crazy, she's evil, we all love her. You would all murder me if I gave anything less than a 10, so I'm going to give this an 11 out of 10. All right, guys. But these skins have been pretty fantastic so far, but here's the thing. So here's the thing about the thing. He looks pretty good. He's very rocky. So my complaints are, I do not like the shorts. I don't like the white with the blue. I know that the belt is meant for his boxing stuff. I just think it looks really, really bulky. And I also think that his shoulders are a little too pointy. Other than that, he looks really nice. Overall, I would give this maybe a 7 or an 8 out of 10. First Family. This is the only one that I don't like. And the main reason why is because of the black and blue split. I feel like if it was either just black or just blue, it would be so much better, but I don't like the split. The belt is fine, so maybe if it was black with blue, and maybe even a darker blue as well. So this one, I'm gonna give a 6 out of 10. Trench coat skin is really good. I love the camera accessory, and the fact that the camera accessory has jiggle physics is also really funny. And I also appreciate that they actually gave him clothes underneath. Like, it's not just a disguise, it looks like he's a noir detective, and the camera adds to that. The notebook in the back really helps with that. And I know that this is more of a disguise, but I'm glad that they took that and made him a detective. And I also really like the sunglasses as well. The sunglasses add a lot to it. It's gonna get a 9 out of 10. Actually, you know what? The sound effects alone, when you hit the charge punch, it makes like a gong noise. And I think, cheating a little bit, the gong noise makes it a 10 out of 10. So here's the thing about Human Torch. I don't like the yellow on this one at all. And the main reason why is because I feel like you can see too much of it. Like, it doesn't feel like he's engulfed in flames as we all know Johnny Storm to be. And when he's in his supernova form, that's when that happens. But with this one, it just looks a little too tame. You can see the white and the blue a lot more, and I just don't like it because of that. The skin design itself is fine, and again, it's unique for Johnny, but still being the team uniform, but it's not for me. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I feel the exact opposite about this one. Once again, it's not engulfed in flames, but I think the blue and the black works a lot better than the white because it doesn't pop out as much. The 4 is once again stretched out. Honestly, that's really all I have to say. Oh, and for those of you that don't know, when he does this, he's making the 4 with his legs. This one is gonna be a 9 out of 10. When I see Human Torch not in his super duper flame on form, this is what I think of. So this was the season 1.5 comp one. I really like evil Johnny Storm. He's engulfed in flames a little bit more, and because it's black, it looks a little more blend in, and that's what I like about it. He still has this stupid logo on the back, and it's even more exaggerated. So that's really the only reason I'm gonna give this a 9 instead of a 10, but it looks really, really good. Negative Zone Gladiator. So with this one, he looks pretty decent, but I think with the black and red blood Johnny Storm, this one beats out the whole, like, quote-unquote evil Johnny Storm, basically. It's like a sort of like mutation-ish thing, which gives it a more unique appearance, but personally speaking, I don't think I've seen anybody use this. I also don't know what that flare is for his arm. It just looks a little weird just being right there. It's still unique, and I love the flames in the suit kind of going throughout to add the design lines to make it look a little more busy, which is fine. I think it helps break it up a little bit more. But overall, I'd probably give this like a 7 or an 8. So those are all the Fantastic Four members. We're gonna start from the top, and then every time there's a skin from season 1, I'm gonna talk about that. So this is Adam Warlock's Blood Soul, and he looks like a Dark Souls mage character, specifically one that I would fight in something like Bloodborne. The red is really cool. The mask is creepy as hell, but he really has that like warlock mage appearance to him. And I also really like how he has a big ass book and scroll right there too for, you know, when he needs it. There is a lot going on with the belt, I will say that. It doesn't really scream Adam Warlock to me, but I don't really think it's meant to. It's really meant to be like an evil mage character. So with this one, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Thrice Cursed King. I'm not really vibing with it. I get it. It's evil Black Panther, and he looks very corrupt. I don't know. It's just, this is a skin that I feel like just doesn't really vibe with me all too much. It's like a little too out there, if that makes sense. It's just not really my thing. So this one is going to get a 6 out of 10. Cowgirl Black Widow. This one's pretty decent. Cowgirl Black Widow. She's a cowgirl, but she has a futuristic plasma rifle with very traditional looking guns. That's like the only thing about this is weird. I like the cowgirl bounty hunter look, and I appreciate that she does have a logo on her hat to still show that she is Black Widow. This one is gonna get a yeehaw out of 10, which I think will translate to like a 7-ish, give or take. So I'm gonna rate Banner and the Hulk separately. I do not like this look at all. It looks really stupid. So over-designed. There's so much on it. He straight up looks like Jared Leto's Joker, and I don't like it. If it's for you, good for you. This skin is not for me. So this one is getting a 4 out of 10. The Hulk looks so much better though, and the tattoos make it look really, really cool. There's a little bit of spray paint here, but that's the only time that he has spray paint. And it's funny because he has spray paint here, and spray paint back here. But when he transforms into the Hulk, all the spray paint goes away and it's literally just on his back. The only thing I don't like about this Hulk are the piercings and then the mohawk. That's just me. The rest of the suit is cool. That's the only thing I don't like. And then Monster Hulk is even more ridiculous, and he does just straight up look like Ultimate Spider-Man New Goblin. It looks great, but he has the spray paint back as well, so there's that inconsistency there. But then the mohawk just kind of kills it for me. So for Hulk, I'm gonna give Hulk an 8 out of 10. It would be a 9 or a 10, maybe a 9.5. I think 10 might be too generous if this wasn't there. The Nomad skin. Is this actually called the Nomad skin? No, it's just the Avengers Infinity War. I've talked about this in my live action Captain America suit ratings. I'm not gonna try to elaborate as much. I think it's interesting that they went with this skin for his first MCU look because of how unique it is. I do like the look of the Civil War appearance, and obviously it is the Nomad suit. The only real uncanny valley to this outfit is that his chest is so freaking massive. That's like the only thing that looks weird, because unfortunately Chris Evans is not this buff. I wish that the hair was a little bit more not slicked back. I wish it was kind of more wild like it was in Avengers Endgame, but the beard looks really, really good, and it looks leagues better here than it does in Marvel's Avengers. So that alone makes this a 9 out of 10. Twilight Duo. What do people call this one? Is it Pimp and Swagger? Anyways, these two look great. I really like this skin. Honestly, I was thinking about picking this up as I was playing more Cloak and Dagger. This looks really good. Obviously, the light and dark motif is still present with their colors, but I also really like how Cloak has purple. The purple looks really good with the hat and then the accents on his suit and jacket. And then with Dagger having white, black, and gold. They just look so great together. And I know that it's just two people wearing suits, but the suits are so well put together that I will probably have to give this a 10 out of 10. This Doctor Strange skin is so freaking cool, dude. This is probably my favorite out of all of the Immortal Dragon skins. So first of all, the dragon tailcoats look so freaking good. I love the tailcoats, and the colors overall are really, really nice. I like how Doctor Strange's face looks, as weird as that is. Like, he just looks really mature, like a sorcerer who has, you know, achieved full enlightenment and is a master of his craft. And I also like how the symbols that he has on his arms, and they have that sort of like flower petal design. Overall, this is a really, really good suit. And I like that he still has the Eye of Agamotto in the middle. But it really is like Doctor Strange infused the Kung Lung teachings with his Sorcerer Supreme style and became the ultimate martial arts sorcerer. And honestly, with this being an original suit, they absolutely cooked with it. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I do not play Doctor Strange. I cannot play Doctor Strange. I have tried to play Doctor Strange. This skin is a 10 out of 10. So this is the Carved Traveler. This was one of the free reward costumes that you can get, and it's all right. I'm not a big fan of it. The only thing that I do like are the engravings on the tree. There's just a couple of them on here that just look really funny, but overall it's just kind of meh. So this one I am going to give a 5 out of 10. Ronan was introduced in Marvel Rivals Season 1, so we can talk about this skin. I originally thought that this was the endgame design, but it's not. It's a completely original one. I'm not a Ronin guy. I like the samurai ninja look, especially with the chainmail underneath. The things that I don't like, I'm going to talk about that first. I don't like the green. I think the green stands out way too much and it doesn't look as great. I would just much rather it just be black or gold or some sort of combination. And I really do not like the pointy shoulder pads. They're just way too pointy. They're way too out there. This is not my thing. I think the mask looks cool. I think the rest of the design as the Ronin ninja-ish thing is very good. The rest of the outfit just kind of isn't doing it for me. So I would give this one a 7 out of 10 because it still looks great, and I think that the Ronin fits a little bit more with Hawkeye's moveset, and especially with how his default looks. Like, this looks more Ronin than anything. And see how this one doesn't have green? I think it looks so much better because it doesn't have green. But because there's green on the Ronin one, it doesn't look as great. So this was a Twitch drop for Marvel Rivals Season 1. The main thing is that the Twitch colors just don't really work super well on Hela. But the one thing that I really do like is the cape. The cape colors look really, really good. It just looks like a lot with all of the different neon-ish colors. And that's really my main problem with all of the Twitch drop costumes. But I'm not going to complain because they're Twitch drop costumes. I am just going to give it a 5 out of 10 and move on with my life. We already talked about you. I already talked about Steam Power in my Season 0 video, so I'm not going to go through... Not Season 0, in my other ranking video, so I'm not going to talk about this one. Blood Edge armor looks really cool for an original costume. It's creepy as hell in all the right ways. Again, it kind of reminds me of the sort of like Bloodborne aesthetic. I love the black. I love the little bits of red in the armor that show that it's being powered by blood. Basically, these faces are creepy as hell, and I think it really adds to it. And the mask is so terrifying, but in all of the right ways. This one I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. Yeah, I wouldn't make it a 10 because the rest of the suit just doesn't really reflect the character. He looks so adorable. This was one of the free skins that you could get for the I think it was like the free game mode, and it's gonna get a 10 out of 10 for me. He looks too cute. This is honestly my favorite out of all of the Jeff the Shark costumes. How do I even get this one? Oh, I have to pay for it because I didn't get it for free. I got it. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I talked about President Loki in my beta video, so I'm not gonna go through him here. All Butcher is so weird. From my understanding, he has a symbiote, and that's why he's all slimy and gooey, and not just because he's Loki. Like, it looks really good. I love the evil, like, reptilian, like, costume that he's wearing. The scythe looks amazingly gross. It's like the most corrupt, evil version of Loki that we could have. And the little bits of gold help break the colors up a little bit. It's just a little too busy for me, and that's the only thing that I don't like about it. Other than that, it's great. So this is gonna get an 8 out of 10. So Luna Snow's new skin was Mireille 2099. And everyone went crazy when this outfit first came out, and I have to agree, this skin is amazing. She has a purple and pink color scheme here with a little bit of white that's like shiny on her arms over there too, and the little bits of neon green just kind of add a little bit more to it as well. She looks like futuristic pop star. That's really all I can say. It looks the part. It looks really, really good. I think like a 9 out of 10 is very appropriate for this one. She just got a recolor as well, and I will talk about the recolor because I do like it slightly more. If I had to choose between the pink and the blue, I'm gonna pick blue. I think the blue looks really, really good on her. You know, they swapped a couple more colors around, but I think overall, this just looks better because it doesn't pop out like the pink does, but it still looks good for me. Like, this is a recolor that I just prefer. I don't think I would give this a 10 out of 10. Probably say I would give it an 11 out of 10. And we're gonna move on from there because this recolor is actually the best recolor that they have. Punk Child. Punk Child is pretty crazy. This intro slaps, by the way. However, I wish that it was her MVP because her MVP is not great. It hits me in all the right ways because I am an emo boy. This skin is pretty good. I love the thigh tattoo. I'm just gonna leave that there. The thigh strap on the other side, I'm also gonna leave that there. The fishnets, the punk boots, the leather outfit dress thing with all of the spikes. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Oh, and the chin strap reminds me of Metal Gear Rising Raiden. And the sword looks really good too. I love the skull design on there. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So fun fact about this skin. In Marvel vs. Capcom 3, they had the official King Magnus skin from House of M. However, he looked a little too similar to the King of Spain, so they had to take it out because Spain, I think, either threatened to sue them or they threatened to just remove Marvel 3 from all the digital storefronts entirely. So they opted to just nix the skin. However, with this one, I imagine they changed it substantially so that they wouldn't run into those issues again. But overall, this skin looks really, really good. I think because of the over-design of the King Magnus stuff, just so it doesn't get taken down, it's just a little much. Like, it's still gonna get a 9 out of 10 from me. If it was a little more streamlined, I would like it more just because of the type of suit that it is. But I get it. I understand the situation. It just is slightly held back from being a 10 out of 10 from me. So this is another Immortal Dragon skin for Mantis. And I really like this one, minus the hair. I think the dress is beautiful. I love the dragon tails going from her leggings all the way around her back where the dragon is actually perched on her shoulder. The Mantis antlers are a little too much for me, but I also think the hair is just a little ridiculous. It has that like Goku Super Saiyan hair that the Star-Lord skin has. That's the only thing I don't like about this skin. Other than that, the Kung Lung Immortal Dragon style looks beautiful. So with this one, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Moon Knight. So we didn't talk about Golden Moon Knight, which was the reward for Season 0. And Gold Moon Knight looks pretty sick. I was wondering if they were gonna continue with this trend of gold characters, but then they didn't do that. But I'm glad that they did it with Gold Moon Knight, at least because it looks so good. I know that it's just a recolor of black and gold, but I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Now, Blood Moon Knight, actual black and red, guys, it looks fantastic. The black, especially being like a dark black, it's black with gray with more black, and it looks not streamlined. It looks more simple, but not 100% like, if that makes sense. Like, it has an appearance where it's the design lines are there, but it doesn't have to be broken up by different colors, and I think it looks really good that way. The cape having the logo, I just don't like the logo in general, but I'm willing to let it slide because it does look really cool on Moon Knight specifically. So with this one, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Lunar General was another costume from the Immortal Dragon set from Marvel Rivals Season 0. And it is a very, very unique to Moon Knight, although I haven't seen anybody use this in a hot minute. The things that I really like are the samurai armor. I love the dragon shoulder pads. I just realized that the batons that he has also have dragons on them. Really went all out with the dragon theme on this one. And I really like the mask. His head is straight up on fire. So there is no face behind there. it's just a dragon spirit. And I think that the orange cloth really adds to it as well. And I like how it actually wraps all the way around him like he is a mystical being. It looks really cool. So with this one, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. And then this came out right at the tail end of season 1. And oh my God, guys, like 11 out of 10, one of the most highly requested MCU skins of the entire game. And it's here and it looks wonderful. The only thing I do not like are the shoulder pads. I think the shoulder pads are a little too bulky. That's my only complaint. But if you liked the more techie Moon Knight, you can just equip techie Moon Knight. But if you like the more clothy Moon Knight, you could spend the money and get Cloth Knight. 11 out of 10. Arguably one of the best suits of the game because of how cool Moonlight looks here. This Namor skin is the only skin that makes me interested in playing Namor. He looks like the ruler of the seas. This one, like his default, I just don't like how exposed he is, and I really don't like this single arm gauntlet. I'm just not a fan of this design for Namor in general. I think this is so much better because I like the crown, I like the vest. He looks more official. He looks like a king, a ruler, a leader who is ready to do battle. And the gauntlets on his side over here are a little more badass. So with this one, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Penny got a blue recolor. So if we had a pink, a yellow, we have a green now, and then we need a black, they can be the Mighty Morphin Penny Rangers, especially if they bring that clone mode back, which they really should because that was a lot of fun. This one I'm going to give a 7 out of 10. Psylocke got blood Karyudo. I think that her hair looks wonderful. I'm just gonna start off there. The badass bang look where only one eye is slightly exposed, but she can still see you because she's an emo kid. It looks really good. I love the red dress along with the red, I think that's called a beret, if I'm correct. The scroll thing is the only thing that just looks a little too bulky for me. That's the only thing I don't really like. Everything else looks very sleek. Here's the other thing too. Her leggings, if you look at it on the right angle, they look like a butterfly, and that's just wonderful. So this one, I am going to give a 9 out of 10. I talked about Rocket's Bounty Hunter during my alpha video. Scarlet Witch did get one skin. This was in the Battle Pass, which is the Hellfire Gala skin. Because it's Wanda, I got to give it a 10 out of 10, but I am going to talk about it a little bit. So it has that effect where it has the galaxy. You turn it, and the galaxy is still flowing on its own thing. Like I just never like these skins, so that's mainly why I don't use this one. But I think the design of her outfit overall is pretty cool. Her hair is just a little too wild for my taste. All bias aside, I would probably give this maybe an 8 out of 10. Because I'm a Scarlet Witch main and Wanda is my girl, I gotta give her a 10. And the last thing that I'll say is that I like the gold chains. The gold chains look really cool, and they add to it, especially because she's a little more exposed on her top, and it just gives it a little something there instead of just being like exposed skin. So Spider-Man got 2 new skins this season. So he got the Spider-Punk skin, which I already talked about, but I'm so glad that it's back. Easy 10 out of 10 skin. However, the Marvel Spider-Man 2 skin, guys. This skin, 10 out of 10, it looks even better than it does in its own game. And the main reason why, because I did look at the comparison, I think that the blue and red looks better here than it does in Marvel Spider-Man 2. But the other thing is that Marvel Spider-Man 2, specifically down here, has a bunch of there's like a pattern on there that doesn't really look as great, but because it's smooth here, it doesn't look as textured, but I like it that way. I like it this way where it's more smooth. The suit design is really great in general. Personally speaking, I like the Marvel Spider-Man 1 design more, but the colors of this one more I like. However, if they somehow put Marvel Spider-Man 1 in this game, but kept these colors, then that would be my ideal suit personally. I just don't really like how the belt is broken up, but that's just like a big nitpick that I have with the modern Spider-Man suits. However, the fact that I like this more here than I do in Marvel Spider-Man 2 really speaks volumes. Squirrel Girl got 2 skins. Cheerful Dragoness, I really am not a fan of. The hair is the main thing that kills it. The dress and the outfit itself is fine. It doesn't wow me. It just looks nice, but the hair being a mixture of the blue and the purple, I just don't like. If it was just blue, teal, whatever it is, it would look way better. The purple just does not. It looks so stupid. And the dragon tail is really cool too, and I get that that's why that they had the purple. it just doesn't look great on the hair, unfortunately. And that alone makes it look so ridiculous. So with this one, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Oh, this was season 2, so I don't even need to talk about this one. I already talked about this one during my alpha video, I believe. And then Lion's Mane being an original skin. This looks great. I love this skin on Star-Lord. Mainly because you show off the real guns that Star-Lord is hiding. The Lion's Mane mask looks amazing, and the fact that he just got rid of it makes me very sad. But he also looks very handsome with the Lion's Mane hair. I love all the fur on here. The fur looks great. And look at the sandals. He has lion's paws for the sandals. It looks awesome. For an original skin, I'm glad that they gave this one to Star-Lord. He looks wonderful. I actually missed this game mode, low-key. It was a lot of fun. This one, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. So Storm got one new skin, and it is the Goddess of Thunder skin. With this skin, I love the armor, and I love the cape. It looks wonderful. She looks so great with the Asgardian armor, with the different like textures of the undersuit. The silver and the blue look amazing. I really like it. And I especially love on the cape how it has the inscriptions, so it's not just like a flat color. Here is the only thing that I don't like. I don't like the afro. I just think that when you look at it from the back right here, it just stands out a lot. I don't like it. I don't know if it's also because it's a light blue and it's very in your face. That's the only thing that I do not like about this outfit. So with that, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. And I also wish she had some sort of opportunity to use Mjolnir, or if her and Thor had a team up where Thor actually like tosses her Mjolnir and she gets to use it. That would be so cool. But that's the only other small thing with this one. Okay, so Thor has 3 new skins. The first one I'm going to talk about is Reborn from Ragnarok. And this is what I think of when I see Thor. I love this classic Thor look, and most importantly, they gave him the cape back, and that's probably the #1 thing that was missing for me personally when it comes to this character. I don't like the giant T on the belt. It just looks really goofy. If it was just a plain buckle, even a smaller buckle, I would not complain. But it's just a big ass T, and I don't like it. So this one is gonna get a 9 out of 10 from me. And of all of the MCU outfits that they could have given Thor Odin's son, they gave us the Love and Thunder one, which I don't like. The gold looks so bad. It just looks so freaking busy. It is the MCU over-designed mess to the maximum, and I hate it. The cape is great. The Chris Hemsworth hair is wonderful. I think the beard is a really good and appropriate length, and low-key, his face model like this also kind of looks like Captain America. I'm not gonna lie. I really wish that they went with either his Avengers Endgame look, even if it was Fat Thor. I think Fat Thor would have been better, actually. This one is going to get a 6 out of 10. Viking Lord of Asgard Thor, which came out right before Season 2 came out. The red is so floofy. Look, he's so floofy, I could fall asleep in it. But I really like the Viking look for this skin. It stands out a little bit more from the others because it's more Viking armory. And I also really like the hat. Not the hat, I like the mask. It reminds me of a Dark Souls boss. And I also really like how this skin, when he talks, his voice is muffled because he has a mask now. But I would also like to see what this skin would look like without the mask, because I think it would look just as great. Like, even if like he had a crown, it would look good. That's the only thing that I would want to see. I think the mask looks great though. This one I'm going to give an 8 out of 10. Venom, 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 Venom. This skin sucks. I hate this skin. It's so pointy. The tendrils are literally coming out of nowhere. The logo is just a mess. There's so much rocky textures. And the ammo straps on the side are useless because he doesn't have guns. He has tendrils. Did the symbiote generate the knee pads? Did it generate the ammo packs? Did it generate the arm guards? It's just, I don't like it. And the fact that, you know, when he tries to bite, nothing comes out, that still bothers me. This one I'm giving a 4 out of 10. It looks so bad. On the complete opposite side, if I had a nickel for every Marvel vs. Capcom 2 referenced Venom skin in here, I would have 2 nickels which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. But I'm glad that they had this for people who missed out on the Cyan Clash skin in the beta. He looks like a Capri Sun. He is unleashing the power of the sun, and you can see that with the fact that he is literally oozing aura. This one is getting a 10 out of 10 from me, not just because it's a Marvel 2 reference, but because the orange legitimately looks good on Venom. Like, honestly, I hate orange, I really do. But this is one of the rare instances where the orange just clicks for me. And even if it wasn't a Marvel 2 reference, I would still rate this pretty high. Okay, so Bucky got one new skin, which was the Blood Soldier. And the first time that Amanda saw this skin, she was so giddy to tell me that there was a Dante skin. And yeah, it looks pretty good. I love the Vampire Hunter look. Obviously, the trench coat is my thing. The black is my thing. The black trench coat is my thing. And I love the little bits of red too, like the red on the interior of the coat as well as the vest. The gold arm also looks really nice with a little bit of red as well. The fact that he has white hair is amazing. He literally looks like a Bloodborne hunter, and it is great. If I played Winter Soldier, I would pick this up immediately. This skin, I am going to give a 9 out of 10. Now, Winter's Wrath is the newest costume, the newest recolor for Winter Soldier. You guys know me. I'm the DMC guy. The blue trench coat, yeah, I appreciate it. I also love the blue vest. The silver pants with the blue accents look really good too. And I think that the silver arm with the blue looks way better than the gold with the red. The only problem with this skin is that his hair is not white. It is slicked back. He's wearing blue. He has silver accents, and they couldn't just keep the white hair for me. That's crazy. That is the only thing holding this thing back from being a 10 out of 10, and I am not hiding my bias at all. But because they had to change his hair color, it's a 9. So unfortunately, this series of skins that I'm about to present weren't available by the time that I was doing my recording. So I'm gonna go through the trailers from them and just talk about them from there because I did not buy these skins. And so up first we have Icy Venom, and I really like this for Venom. I love the creativity of the Icy symbiote as well as all of the other ice spikes that he has. The light blue looks really good on him, and I like the logo from, like, you know, the traditional spider logo kind of seeping out back into his shoulders. It looks icy, but it still looks like a spider. I really like this skin. I'm a little sad that I didn't pick it up when it was available, and hopefully by next year it comes back and I'm able to pick it up. So this one I'm gonna give a 10 out of 10. Up next we have Christmas Tree Groot, and I really love the cleverness that they had to make Groot the tree a Christmas tree. And I love all the different ornaments that he has, obviously referencing all the different Guardians of the Galaxy members. The gold inside him showing that he is pure of heart, I guess, of the Christmas spirit. And the star on top to complete all the scenery. It's a great and clever skin, and I love the Santa Claus beard. I think that really adds to the look. Just for what it is, it's super funny, so I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Snowsuit Rocket Raccoon is also pretty cool. I really like the fact that he is wearing a snowsuit, but even more so the fact that his gun shoots snowballs, especially in the MVP animation. It's really funny. Another really solid winter-y costume, and overall it looks really nice. I like how they also changed his fur color to kind of blend in with the white suit as well. Honestly, I'm gonna have to give this one an 8 out of 10. And then we have Magik's winter skin, and I really love the snowsuit for Magik. It looks not only really cool, but also I feel very appropriate because when she's doing her MVP animation, she is shredding on her sword as if it's a snowboard, or in this case, a sword board. And I really like the chainsaw blade on the sword. But yeah, no, Magik looks really good here, and I love the X in the middle for her zipper. Overall, a really solid costume. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So for Lynn's Spring Festival skin, I really like this particular skin for him. I really like the mask that he has, like the hat over his head. The gold looks really good, and I really like this sort of like traditional formal attire for him. I think it's very appropriate for him, and it just looks great overall. I think for what it is, it looks pretty nice. So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I am not a huge fan of this one for Black Widow, mainly because the mask and the visor just look really weird, but also the orange just, unfortunately for me, looks really, really ugly, especially on this one. I really don't like it. The design of the suit itself is all right, but it really is just the orange that kills it for me. So this one I'm going to give a 5 out of 10. Last but not least, we have Blood Rage, Blood Berserker, whatever the hell it's called, Wolverine. Literally just a Bloodborne hunter, and I fucking love it. I love the old style trench coat look. It literally looks like he is just going vampire hunting. The top hat really completes the look for me, honestly. The chains look great. The coat is wonderful. And I love the red surge behind him. And the white hair was a perfect choice for this older, seasoned, grizzled vampire hunter. And the red claws look so badass. Easy 10 out of 10 to finish this one off. And that is every single skin from season 1 of Marvel Rivals. Once we get to the end of season 2, I will do an updated ranking based on all of the suits that have progressed throughout this season. So thank you guys again so much for watching. And if you want to check out another video of mine, you can check it out over on this side of the screen over here. Thanks again for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you guys next time.